my honest feedback of Otto Place, which is the upcoming executive condominium right here in Tengah. Hi everyone, this is Andy here, and today I'm going to take 5 to 10 minutes of your time to share with you my honest feedback of Otto Place, which is the upcoming executive condominium right here in Tengah. So before we actually start, let's take a quick look on where exactly is Tengah. So Tengah is going to be one of the upcoming townships. The entire Tengah district used to be just purely a plantation. So right now, they have actually split them into 4 different zones. So this is something that we see what our government is trying to do. They are actually trying to revamp this whole entire location. So that being said, Tengah is something that is going to be very interesting, very new, something that a lot of people are anticipating. We have a total of 5 different districts: the Plantation District, Garden District, Park District, Forest Hill District, and also the Brickland District. So for Otto Place and Novo Place, which is side-by-side project, they are located along the Plantation District. So I think how HDB planned Tengah in such a way that there will be many smart technology that will be injected into this district. On top of that, they are actually located beside the neighboring districts such as the Jurong Lake District and also the Jurong Innovation. So with all this coming together, it creates a lot of community in this entire region as well. So moving on to the demand and supply of how many EC launches are there in a year, we are probably looking at about 2 to 3 on average. So assuming if you have about 500 to 600 units per project, you're looking at only 1,800 units that has been launched or released on a yearly basis. The demand and supply is quite imbalanced. I think EC executive condominium come in as a point for buyers who are actually sandwiched. They might not be able to afford the private condominium new launches, so it makes the supply very extremely limited. In fact, it's as close as being an inelastic one. So now the existing unit that we have right here will be only about 5 units at Lumina Grand. I think one has just been sold again, so it's between 4 to 5. Novo Place about 4, which is project beside Otto Place. North Gaya has a put-out unit. So that being said, we have less than 10 units in the existing market as we speak. So it makes the supply extremely limited, and the demand is, as usual, it is always overwhelming. So for first and second timer, which I will share a little bit more on the technical aspect later on, second timer, some things to take note is that even if you have the financial capability, you will not be able to secure a unit for sure. Okay, so right now, doing a quick introduction on the developer. They are none other than the Hoi Hub Realtor and Sunway development. They are known to be very established developer. They have a very good proven track record for EC especially. They have also done several projects such as the ones in the cluster strata landed private condominium as well right here in Singapore. Some of the notable projects that they have completed are Park Central Residences, Park Canberra, even 100 Palms Residences, where the resale value has actually just surpassed $2,000 PSF. And these are some of the EC's projects that they have done. So when it comes to trusting them in ensuring that the quality is there, I do not think there is any of such an issue when it comes to this particular developer. Now, if we actually do a project overview of Otto Place, if you look at the UI space map of this particular project, you realize that it's adjacent side by side with Novo Place. It's built in such a way that all units are north-south facing. I understand there's one particular range of stacks that will be facing the highway, but there are actually many good projects that have been facing the highway as well. So we do not want this to temper some of the conditions, or rather the possibility of buying a unit right here in Otto Place as well. So on top of that, I think Otto Place and Novo Place are surrounded with many BTOs, and we usually take reference with all these BTOs in Tengah in reference to the nearest district, which is at Bukit Batok. We do see that the 5 rooms and 4 rooms is transacted at a very healthy price range, And with them coming up in the future, they will be your future upgraders. And the numbers there are pretty high. So it means that back to the demand-supply ratio again, there will definitely be demand for from future upgraders for your particular unit right here in the brand new EC, whether you're talking about Otto Place, Novo Place, or any other ECs within this region. So quick numbers overview for Otto Place is sitting on a site area of 20,038.2 square meter, quite a reasonable fair size that we have. It has a gross plot ratio of 2.8. That's why it goes up to at least level 18. We have a land tenure of 99 years. That's the standard one. 8 blocks of 15 to 16 and level 20. And we have a total number of 600 units for this project. The car park allocation is at 70%. For 70%, you have 424 number of car park lots. I think that's something that is pretty healthy considering the fact that we are within walking distance to the MRT station as well. I think one of the main features, if we actually take a look at the artist impression, there's this sky deck, which I thought is quite uniquely designed. It's something that caters to the residents and visitors of the buyers as well. So I think something that's quite unique. It allows to create a very nice view and setting for the residents to enjoy. I think something that's pretty interesting and differentiate themselves from any other ECs project that we have seen. If we take a quick look at the site layout as well, we look at the spatial zoning, we realize that they are actually trying to put them away from the TIE already. All the units, as I mentioned earlier on, are north-south facing. We have the plantation grid line concept. If you look at this site map, we also have the dual clubhouse concept where it caters for different needs and internalized pools and garden views. So it's something that they are trying to elevate this concept and to differentiate themselves from any other ECs project that we have also seen. So if we dive deeper into the unit mix, there will be only 7 types. Very straightforward, 5 types of your 3-bedder, 2 types of your 4-bedder. So we have the C1, C2, C3, C4, and C5. So the total number of the 3-bedroom percentage is hovering at about 60 to 70%, whereas for the 4-bedder, the D1 and D2 is at about 38.5%. So we can see that they cater majority to the 3-bedder. Going a little bit on the different types of the 3-bedder. So when we first look at the C1, C1 has no study as compared to your C2, C3, C4, and C5. So for the C1 is something quite straightforward. You have 3 common bedrooms that will be able to fit all your queen size bed. You have a very nice entry, small foyer that leads you to the living area and balcony. And from there, you have the kitchen and also more importantly, the yard space for you to do your drying and of course the bomb shelter for storages of items as well. So if you actually look at the C2 and the C3, that's where you have the study area allocated along the foyer. So the study area is not exactly the biggest one, but I think what differentiates C2 and C3 is that the kitchen is actually on the other end. C2 is a bit more similar to what we have seen for C1. So for C2 and C3, the only difference is the orientation of the kitchen. All room sizes will be same. That's the key differences for C2 and C3. So in my very honest opinion, again, I think C4 and C5 will be one of the most hotly contested and popular ones, especially for those who have the means and budget to purchase slightly bigger range or more expensive types of the 3-bedder. So C4 and C5, the main key difference will only be that the kitchen orientation is slightly different. Other than that, the master bedroom, the study room, is embedded inside the master bedroom. So if you look at the floor plans, it's actually very interesting. It gives the owner, especially in the master bedroom, a very big size. It goes up to 4 over meter, and it allows especially young couples with kids, people to be together as a whole in the room. It gives them this togetherness or rather you can use that as a study area for your work from home and everything. It's something quite unique. And I think C5 is the show flat unit at about 958 square meter. This is something that I would like to think is very unique, and I think the walls between the bedrooms are even hackable, so that will allow you to make even your bedrooms bigger as well. So without further ado, let's dive deeper into the analysis of the two types of 4-bedder D1 and D2. I think usually in EC's context, it's very straightforward. There is not a lot of types of fanciful different layout. For D1 and D2, the main contrasting difference is that the D1's living room is actually slightly smaller than the living room in D2. The study room is actually embedded right in the living room, so that allows the buyer of D2 to enjoy a bigger space. Whereas for D1, the study is slightly similar to the one that we have seen in C2 and C3. So the study is actually along the foyer across the living room towards the master bedroom. So that's the main contrasting difference that we have. And the second contrasting difference that we have for D2 and D1 is that for D2 we have a junior master bedroom with extra toilet inside. Usually for D2, I will recommend families with multi-generation families to actually explore that unit. Otherwise, for a smaller family who wants a bigger space and 4 physical bedroom, D1 would be actually more suitable for you as well. So if you ask me which stack of the 3-bedder will be the most popular one, I mentioned earlier on, the C4 and C5 will be the most highly sought after. I would like to categorize them separately. I think for upgraders, for those who have a bit of more budget or spending power, then C4 and C5 will be recommendable for you. Otherwise, for those we have a limitation in your budget, then C1 and C2 and C3 not be the worst. In fact, C1, which is being the cheapest, rather the most attractive entry price, you could consider that as well. For the D2 will definitely be the ones for multi-generation family. D1s will be for the ones who seek to have more bedrooms and sizes in your new house. So to sum it up, the preview date has already been confirmed. It's on the 4th July to the 15th of July. So do lock in that period if you are keen to come by the show flat for Otto Place. The price release will be on the 16th of July. Target balloting will be on 18th of July, and where the booking fee will be payable on the 19th of July. That's where you will be obligated to make a commitment for this unit. So this is an overview of the timeline for Otto Place. But first of all, it's very important for us to review your eligibility and more importantly, your financial assessment as well. Like what I mentioned earlier on, buying a new launch EC has never been easy. Whether you are first timer or second timer, especially for second timer in the younger generation family, or rather the younger household family, it will be extremely challenging. So it's very important for us to do an assessment to see what is the best optimal option for you to make your next move. So for the upcoming launches supply, the future supply in the west and the east, there will not be any more supplies in the west, especially if you are a west lover. The upcoming launches will be your Loyang in the east and also your Tampines West that could be potentially launching in the first quarter of 2026. So the remaining that we will be seeing will be the northwest area like the Senja Close and also your Woodlands, Sembawang Road, Woodlands Drive, and more importantly your Mitonia Close. They are all in the north area. That being said, supply that we have in the west is no longer there. So based on the demand and supply, I would urge all buyers who are keen to upgrade, looking at an attractive PSF of 1,700 estimated, do consider this project if you are able to purchase it, because you are looking at even a resale EC context in District 23, we are looking at 1,500 and 1,600. I think comparing new and old, it's always better to go for the new, but it's always important, as I said again, to do a very thorough analysis of what we can potentially purchase and more importantly our eligibility as well. My last final honest feedback on purchasing a new launch EC, I think it's quite a no-brainer. I wouldn't say that you should purchase any particular unit or stack that is available in the market, but given the demand supply, as I emphasized earlier on, I think it's important to understand, especially for all buyers who are viewing my video. I think it's critical for us to do an overview assessment of what we can potentially purchase and what are the available units. We have many cases or instances where buyers are a bit more particular. I don't deny that this is a future home that we want. If we look at the entry PSF that we can potentially come with, any units that you will get in an EC will allow you to make a profit. So it's just a matter of which unit you will be able to purchase. If you are keen, do hit me up. Do contact me at 97317111. This is Andy signing off. Thank you.